Hello and welcome back to Tea Money Talks, where today we reconnect with Jer in his love for the pickle that you eat on a sandwich. Filthy.
It was spring of 1998, when far before I knew a seed was planted into the ground, and that ground then grew cucumbers.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Oh, yeah, I loved that intro.
That was a good one.
I really wish it could have just kept going.
I was down.
I was
but
very
we
curious.
have work to do.
I was very curious. Oh my goodness.
Well,
Welcome back, folks. This is Tea Money Talks. Welcome. I hope you guys enjoy when, like, sometimes I don't do the whole little serious, like, intro, like, hey, welcome. Like, it's serious, but, like, in a welcoming way, you know? It's like a concierge or, or a bit of a tour guide. Like, I'm guiding you into, so I'm, like, trying to relax you in. So I hope you enjoy when, like,
it's all good vibes.
we have, like, a little joke or something like that, because it's fun. It's fun to do some. It's fun to get out of your comfort zone sometimes,
I thoroughly enjoyed myself.
I enjoyed it. I was like, I wish we could have kept going. That's the honest truth.
That's what next time is for. Keep listening to Tea Money Talks.
Yes, on 8 different platforms. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't have anything planned, just mostly because I didn't do anything this week. I took a break from music. I took a break from music, and then the weekend is really what got wild, and it's just like, I need to just unwind,
I feel that. We all need that.
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, I took a break from music this week. It was, I was like, I don't know, it almost felt like I had nothing to do again, like, I don't know, it made me almost feel like I wasn't gonna be able to get back into music this coming week, or tomorrow, or Tuesday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just because, like, I started getting, like, comfortable, and then I got too comfortable. I'm like, oh my god, is this, like, lazy, like, now I'm gonna be a depressed comfortable, or, like, like, is this really, like, serious rest, or is this, like, we gotta,
No, I feel, at least I felt, you definitely have to have a good refresher break. I mean, some people it is like, it could be 5 hours to 8 hours or whatever, and then they're right back to it. Just sometimes it's the way, when everything's flowing, that's when it's flowing. And, if you can make that happen, great for you. If it comes naturally, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know, but I mean, I'm excited though. I'm excited to get back to finishing up, like, all the stuff I'm working on, because I want to, like, start doing, like, finishing up, like, all of my parts that I need to do on the song. So, like, all I have to do is, like, okay, that one's done, just gotta let Charles take a look at it. That one's done, just gotta set that aside for Charles. That one's or like, that one's done, now I could ask my cousin to come, and now I could find more vocalists, now I could start building from there, while also finishing up the EP. So I'm hoping this was
Which
a good
is fire.
week. I'm hoping this was a good week for me to really just rest,
Yeah, it makes you eager and, like, motivated to get back to it too. At least that's how I feel when But yeah.
Yeah, I also feel like it's more of a schedule, like, to, like, work hard one week and then take, like, the next week to, like, like, still do things, of course, but, like, just take it much easier.
That'd be nice.
I felt like because I was really stressed out with the whole, like, everything that I'm doing again, like, coming back, all like, so having to upload so many different things at once in 1 week in a day. I know, which is why I'm like, it was good having, like, that whole week of, like, okay, we're work, we're grinding, we're hustling, we're doing everything that needs to be done, and now it's like, all right, take a seat back. Make some TikToks, watch some movies, play some games, do what you want to do, lay in bed for all you want, So, I feel like, at least since I'm not working right now, that's the best kind of, like, schedule I could have for myself, like, work hard, then relax for a week, or
Makes sense.
or like, and I'm hoping like maybe it won't even be like a full week. Next time it'll be like 5 days. Like it shortens down to like 3 to 4 days. That I just take off from all the things I have to do. Just to refresh, reset, be like, all right, let's do this again. Let's go.
I feel it's the way it has to be.
Yeah.
As for my week, I had a lot of pressure,
Under
literally.
pressure.
It wasn't a bad week. It ended great. There's just a lot of pressure and like a lot of things going on as of lately in general for me. But also was creating, also was, trying to find my center, all that type of stuff. Like, I was trying to vibe through it, but I had like a couple 1 to 2 rough days.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right. They happen. I'm trying to let them roll off my shoulders a lot faster these days. I don't have time to, continue to be upset about things I can't change or can't help, or,
Yeah.
it's just is what it is. But, the week ended great. There's a lot of things to be grateful for. There was a lot of beautiful people around, and like, it really helped my mood and my vibe, and like I needed it, and like it was kind of awesome because I had to work really hard earlier in the week, but then towards the end of the week, like everything kind of started digressing because I luckily out of nowhere just got like a whole bunch of days off back to back, but like not to where a point where it affect my hours. Like the way it was placed, it was like I just got my 2 off days back to back, so I'm still working all the same amount of hours, so my check's still gonna be okay. And I'm just
Nice.
like, blessings, and I was just like, there's a lot of things to be grateful for, even though there's a lot of bad things happening right now. I don't even want to say bad, more just unfortunate, or less, it's all a journey, it's all a path, and like I'm just trying to continue to keep moving forward and doing what I need to do and saving and like, get myself completely out of this funk, because I won't feel out of this funk until I completely reached my like point of success that I want to be. And like it's a good motivation to have and keep. It gets hard and gets heavy sometimes, but that's life.
It is. I mean, but I feel like ultimately it has been a good week, Ultimately it has been a pretty good week. This weekend was wild.
It was wild.
This weekend was so wild. I was like, why? Please. I love them, but why? Like they were just here. I'm still recuperating. But no, I love my 2 cousins came over, my 2 besties. I love them both. But this week, Amelia, she was just on something else. She was on something else. Like something in her soul was like, I need to let her know.
I know. She's fierce to the max, honey. I'm just saying.
I was like, please, child, please let me sage you. Let me take this out of you. Like, let me cleanse you, please.
I know.
I wanted to clean her with an egg so badly. I wanted to do Olympia so badly. So badly. I wanted to do Olympia on that child.
And she would not sit through all that.
No, the thing is, I feel like she would.
Maybe.
Because she kept telling me, because like I let Abby light one of my incense last time they came, because like I have them set for intentions. And so Abby chose one for healing, and Amelia thought like Abby was making a wish. Well, essentially, I guess in that sense she is.
Yeah, maybe so.
And so like
Ooh.
this week, I'm cutting all this out. Anyways, but yeah, so when Amelia came over this weekend, she asked me, she was like, can I make a wish this time? I was like, make a wish? What do you mean? What are you talking about? Like, just like that.
Like you a genie.
Yeah, no. What? She was literally like, she's like, can I make a wish this time? I was like, make a wish? Like, how are you? I was like, how are you gonna make a wish, Amelia? What are you talking about? She was like, that thing that Abby did. I was like, oh, like the
that child is pure truth. She's so genuine.
Oh my god.
Amelia's dope.
And so I was like, I let her know. I was like, it's not a wish. It's more of something that you're asking for, or something that you want to help you. And she was like, oh, okay, then I still want to make one if that's okay. I was like, oh yeah, of course. And so like I didn't necessarily tell her which one I had, mostly
Mm-hmm.
because I don't think she would have been able to fully understand what I was saying because she's only 8.
Yeah.
So I was like, what do you want to ask for, Amelia? And she thought about it like she was like, when I asked her like when the day before, because it was the night before, because she wanted to do it in the morning. I was like, what do you want to ask for? She was like, let me give me some time to think about it. So she like really like took time to like think about what she wanted to ask for with like as she lit this incense. And so she came back to me. She's like, okay, I know what I want to ask for. I was like, okay, what do you want to ask for? She's like, I want to ask for good days, nothing but good days, for like the best days ever, forever. I want to have all the good days. I was like, okay.
Wow.
And so I understood that as you want protection.
Mm-hmm.
So I had her light the protection incense. And so as we lit it, I helped her like light the candle, and I told her, I was like, okay, Meal, when you light this, I need you to say like whether you want to say it out loud or in your head, tell it you want to have nothing but good days, you want to have the best day ever. And so I was like, I was like also holding her to like help like implement this energy onto her of protection. And like what we lit it together, and she said out loud, I want to have good days, I want to have the best days ever. And then she lit it, and then because she lit it a little too long, like the flame was like growing, so I was like, okay, Meal, blow out the fire, so it could just burn. And then she blew it out, and then like we set it up. And then because like I told her, I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit in here now, like as it burns, you don't have to, but like you could stay if you want. And she stayed, as it burned. We like sat in here like I do in the mornings, like I like let it do. And Meal, she was like totally calm about it. She was like, yeah, she was in it. She was like letting this thing go, make her wish like come true. So I hope it helps.
That's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that really warmed my heart. To be
Yeah.
honest, like, I'm not even trying to be dramatic. But, I felt that.
Yeah, me
that's
too.
the beautiful thing about kids, though. For
Yeah.
real. Like it's just that simple. It could be something deep. It could be
Yeah.
something trauma worth. It could be, but at the end of the day, she just that's
Yeah,
that's
which
her
is why
heart's
like
wish.
I explained it to her like the best way she would understand. And I also felt like as I was like holding her back, I could felt like she was really like putting her intentions, like she was putting her energy into this thing as she was lighting it. And like even like as like how like normally like the smoke will go like straight up, and no, like because we were sitting like next to it, like it was coming down towards us, like the smoke like was coming towards her.
Wow,
Yeah. So I was like, I hope that helped her.
me too.
Yeah. Because that child needs some help right now.
You
She's
be
just a little
wild at
too
that
wild.
age. You
She's just a
be
little too
at
wild.
that age.
She had me running all over town. I can't even run. And then that's the thing. It's like she forgets. Like I feel like now that I could kind of do more, she like automatically forgot that like
ready to go.
yeah, she like forgot that my foot is still like healing and stuff. So she's just like trying to tear me to shreds.
I know.
She stepped on my toes.
So aggressive.
Oh my god. I love her, but she's so aggressive sometimes.
She is a beast, though. She be taking them falls and
Yeah.
be like right back up.
That's shit.
I hope she does sports though, for real.
She
'Cause
does.
She's gonna be a beast.
Oh no, she's done sports like since she was a child. Like she's always been in them. It just sucks because of COVID. Like she can't be doing any of the sports and stuff she normally would
I
be
know.
doing.
It's terrible.
Yeah, she had me rollerblading inside the house. Inside this house, this child, because of the rain, she's like, we can't go outside, but we could skate inside.
You blade in the house anyway, too.
I do. But the thing is, I could like take breaks. I could stop when I want to,
No, not when those are-
With Mill, I'm having to go, 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 go. You could stop. Okay, 5 more laps, and then we could take a break. Okay, 10 more laps, and then we could take a break. Like Amelia, my foot is hurting. She's wild.
She
I
is.
mean, I had a blast though. I had a blast. Like it was fun because I was a lot more confident in the blades this time. I was like, "Ooh, I'm finding my groove again." I was like making those smooth turns. My ankles were pivoting, you know. I was like, "Look at me go."
Mm,
I was even recording video in blading. I was like, "Ooh, who am I? Who am
it's still
I?"
wild to see, to be honest.
It really is. It because I was also thinking earlier today about how when I was like moving back home like from my apartment, me and my roommate had came to drop more stuff off, and my Amelia and them, like all my cousins were here again, like, and my aunt, and my roommate, because we were all eating pizza, as I was walking to like go throw my food away, my roommate was like, "Isn't it so crazy to see T Money walking?" And I just thought about it. I'm like, and everyone like agreed. They're like, "Yeah, it's so weird like to see like to see me walking again," because
Hmm.
like at that time it was like still like or August, you know, so it was still very early in the stages of my walking abilities. So it was so I was like just thinking about that. Like it really does feel like it was just yesterday that I like just mastered like walking with my cane, like walking in shoes, like just walking in general. When in reality it's been a lot longer than just yesterday, which is a wild thing to think about. But I feel like that's why I'm pushing, not pushing so super hard, but just like nudging a little bit at doing like things I once used to be able to do, you know. Just because I feel like I can't keep thinking about it as if it was just yesterday. Cuz even though sometimes it feels like that, like I know I have to remind myself like, "Nah, dog. I mean, it's about to be a year from since my accident. It'll be a year since I've been out of work. A whole year."
Yeah.
And I don't know if maybe that's why I'm feeling like I don't know if I'll be able to go back into music, is because like maybe I'm like starting to, I don't know, like feelings are reoccurring, you know, like as the time comes back,
Mm.
you know. It's like I don't know, man, like am I gonna live this time? Like, do I dare go out? You know, it's like I don't know. It's kind of like getting to me a little bit.
I feel that. I think you do have to follow your gut, but you also have to not allow past trauma, which is a hard thing to do. It's not
Yeah,
an easy thing to do. It's never an easy thing to do.
yeah,
But sometimes you do have to just power through all the suspicions and the worries and listen to your gut and also be aware of your surroundings and what's going on and fill it out through that way is really the only way you can do it. But I also feel like just in general to just be more healthy about it. Like you can't continue to let what's in the past affect what is now. You do need to let it guide you, and you do need to let it do what its job's where was to teach you a lesson or to make you more aware of something that you didn't know before, or stuff like that.
yeah.
But that day was in the past. What's approaching is a new day.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's how I'm taking it. Like, you know, it's like I'm trying not to like let it affect me, which is why I'm like, maybe like I did like really like do nothing. I literally like every day this week I just laid in my bed listening to music, playing Harvest Moon or like any of my other games. Like that's all I did this week was either just sit in bed existing while listening to music
Yeah.
or lay in bed playing video games. Like that's all or I made TikToks because I just felt like it and it was fun, you know. And that's, I feel like maybe like I really did take this week to just like kind of prepare myself for whatever does like arise, so like it
Mm.
doesn't affect me in the sense where like I'm not gonna go out for the first 7 days of February,
Yeah.
you know. Like I might do that just because like I don't know if I will be okay driving or being out on February 7th, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
At least that day specifically. Like, I still might be hesitant to go out on any, like, for the first week of February.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, like, I will be hesitant. I won't like be I will try not to say no to going out, but I will be very hesitant about if
That's
I do
fair.
going out on
That's
the
more
first
than
7
fair.
days. Okay, so the weirdest thing just happened. The audio stopped recording, and the thing is, I'm using my desktop, not my laptop, and this program has never done anything to me like that. Like, it's never just like stopped recording for no reason, which is pretty wild. And I like to think as of those moments as like moments where like the universe or like my spirit guides or like whoever's like watching or protecting me is like, when I'm saying something or when I'm talking about something on the podcast that like maybe shouldn't be said or shouldn't be heard by others, like usually that's when like something will happen to the program that I'm using.
Mm.
And like the way it happened this time is like I had told you, like it literally felt like, because we were in a full on conversation, like we don't know how long, like I don't think we recorded too long before I noticed it, because I was talking and then just something like turned my head, like I felt like my head just like for whatever reason just like turned to the screen, and then I saw like it said recording error, and then it stopped recording, and it just felt so weird,
Mm.
you know, like I don't know how long we were talking.
It felt like a
It
while.
felt like a while, but from what we have, where like you hear us talking about this right now, like it it wasn't, it didn't seem like it was that long. It
Yeah.
felt like it just stopped recording, like it
Yeah.
just happened. That was that was wild.
Yeah. It's
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm gonna probably gonna sage tomorrow.
I
Not
feel
not for not for not only just because of this, but just because like I felt like as like I was setting everything up, I felt like I was like, I think I just need to like clean it out, you know,
mm,
like clear out the space again, you know, like it's a new, so the new month is approaching, time to like clear the air again, you know, like
right.
reset the whole vibes for the new month, for the new things to come in. And then for that to happen was just, I guess, yeah, I guess that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, but I also don't remember quite what I was going into. It to you?
I know
Oh
we were
wait,
talking
oh, we were
about
talking about the
you.
my accident, like
Yeah, where
the
you're not
year.
gonna go outside that day or around that time,
Yeah,
or
I'm gonna be very hesitant about it.
hesitant about it.
Yes.
That's what you said.
Yes. But I mean, like, I'm definitely not trying to let it affect me. But I do think, like, that the idea of me letting it, maybe me letting, like, going through it at least this year, like, you know, just because it's so recently, would be better than me avoiding it or, like, pushing it down for, like, 4 or 5 years from now, or like one day I'm just
Definitely.
having like a breakdown, like why, because of the trauma that I like neglected or refused to like look back at again, you know. So like maybe it is like my way, the way I'm like protecting myself and resting and everything is like I'm preparing for that so that I can face it, but not in a way that it would affect me,
Hmm.
you know, in any negative way.
Yeah.
Like it'll just only be a positive, which is why I'm like, okay, okay, maybe I'll let it, like, you know, linger on this year. But we shall see. We shall see.
Yeah.
Because I want to, I, I'm still scared to, like, get behind a wheel again, because I haven't. Mostly because I know when I do have to do it, I'm going to have to do it alone. I cannot have anyone there with me. Like, you guys are gonna have to like drive two separate cars. Like, you and mom are gonna have to drive separate cars, or you're gonna have to drive behind us.
Hmm.
Y'all will have to leave me at an empty parking lot. Leave, and then like I'll have to be there by myself with like the feelings, with whatever like is gonna happen. Because I know that's the only way I'm gonna be able to like drive again, is if I do it by myself with
Hmm.
no one else there. And then once like I'm done, I'll like text you guys, okay, come back and get me. You know, that I feel like I definitely know that's the way I'm going to have to approach driving again.
Right.
Just because I know if I have mom in the car, or if I have you in the car, or if I have anyone else in the car, I'm just gonna feel all of your guys' energies. And I'm just like, no, I'm trying to have nothing but good vibes in here,
Right.
like it'll affect everything and it'll just make it all terrible. And I'm trying to have like, because I did my best to limit myself from the trauma, like I haven't seen any of like the pictures of what my car looked like, because when it did happen, like I made sure not to look at the windshield or anything. Like I didn't look past the like the bottom of the steering wheel. Like that's as much of the car I allowed myself to see after like it had happened. So like I only looked at the floor to find my phone so I could call my roommate, and let them know what happened. So like I did a pretty good job of like limiting like the trauma for myself, which which I just realized, like, this whole accident has made me realize like how like survival mode I have, how much survival instincts I have, like how on point my instincts are. I have learned through this accident, like I will survive the apocalypse. Let's just say that, like with these killer instincts, you want me on your team. You want me in your pocket.
All right now.
But I'm just saying, I got killer survival
If
instincts.
I was ever get a quote by you, it'd be that, yeah, you want me in your pocket. Tat it right on the wrist.
T money. I mean, I am who I am. I'm becoming who I'm meant to be, Like,
Yeah.
what do you want me to say? I am who I am.
Wow.
I don't know. It's just that's kind of been what I've been thinking about too lately, as that date approaches. Like, I know I don't want to, but like, I know like I can also avoid it. So I'm just been like letting these thoughts come, and then just like, okay, cool, I hear you, I see ya, bye bye now. Like I let them come, I let them do whatever needs to, and then I like let them go.
Yeah.
I feel like that's all I can do.
What if we just have like a 7-day dance party? Like,
I
just dance in pretty lights for like 7 days.
I do want to. I have been wanting to dance. I have. I've been trying to like find. That's why I've been playing.
I just want to say, as long as I need T Money, that warms my heart to hear her say such insane words. Insane.
Excuse me.
From the first time I met this
Hello?
person, they did not dance at all. No matter how many times I gestured, how many times I wanted to just shake my groove thing with my best friend, they did not.
I do not do what I do want. I don't do things that I don't want to do.
That is the truth.
Like if I say no to something and you're trying to persuade me to do it, if I already said no,
it's a recipe for a bad day.
it's the answer will be no. Like even if I'm in like, even if like my partner or like whoever I'm with, would try to be like, oh come on please for me, like you would really have to like know how to persuade me in order to get me to agree to do whatever it is that I said no to. That is all I have to say. That is all I have to say. Is because once I say no, once I'm like, no, I don't want to do that,
I second every word.
I will not do it. I am who I am.
Well, there you go.
So
Not bad, not bad.
oh yes, but we were talking about dancing and how I
Yes.
would not. Yeah, no, I wouldn't dance, but I've been wanting to dance. This week I have. I've just been like, I just haven't been finding the right music, which is why I started listening to the like Cuban, like the Afro-Cuban jazz group, I've been listening to her. Just
I'm
because
gonna get you a Spotify gift card for your birthday.
Oh my
I feel like
gosh.
you need. I just
That
feel
would
like you
be
need some
so
music.
beautiful. That would be so
I will.
beautiful.
Whatever I get you that day.
Cause my free trial ends in March, and I'm like, damn, I'm gonna have to go through the ads again. I'm not gonna be able to pick my songs, my albums.
Yeah.
Because
No, I
like,
know how that non-Spotify premium be like.
but like her music though, like I've been listening to it and I was like already like shaking my little hips, like, ooh, we're grooving now. Like once I'm alone in my room, I hear her, I'm like, ooh, suddenly like I'm like a dancing like star. I'm like salsa grooving. I've done that my whole life.
I felt that, has to happen.
I have a little party with myself. But I do want to dance. And then I've been having the struggle of getting my tattoo.
Yeah, that's been wild. I feel like you gotta put
Oh
this on
my
blast a little,
god.
cause
I
god
have
damn.
been I have been for like how long, how many, like 2 weeks now, been trying to get my next tattoo. And the thing is, my whole forearm on my left right arm, my right
Yeah.
arm, all of my tattoos on my forearm are done from the same artist. I go to one man to get my tattoo. Should I say his name? Should I promote him? Should I give him a little bit of like an ad?
It's a little bittersweet, so I don't know.
Okay,
Maybe
you
I
know what?
would
I'll
say
I'll
I
keep it.
recommend no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Well, anyway, so like I go to the same guy to get all my tattoos. Like I do not go to anyone because I trust this man. He's done my whole arm. I know his work. And so every time I go to him, I always get, like a decent price for being like a good customer, and I'm always recommending people to him as well. But yet the thing is, like, it takes me a long time to get tattoos just because they're expensive.
Word.
I don't always have the money to afford like over $100 tattoo because that's just who I am. I
Mm-hmm.
like color in my tattoos. But anyways, so I finally found one, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get from Avatar: The Last Airbender the four elements on my tattoo. And the idea was at first was to get them with watercolor, but then I changed them. They're still gonna be color and everything, so it's gonna be a fairly small tattoo. Like all the symbols are gonna be 1.5 inches. Shouldn't take very long. And so I message my tattoo guy. I'm like, hey, hey, sorry it's taking so long. Here's the tattoo I want. I want it on my forearm. I want it about this big. How much would it cost me? And then he responded, asked me some questions, like, because I asked him about, like, oh, I want to do watercolor. Can I get your opinion? Like, how do you think that would work? And so we, like, went back and forth about that. And then when I finally was like, okay, cool, how much would it be? And then he was like, how big did you want it again? And then we go back. And then I hear nothing for, like, a whole week.
Yeah.
When I'm like, hey, how much would it be? For, like, a whole week, I had nothing. I'm like, I went like 2 weeks before I like texted him again, was like, hey, hey guy, like, don't mean to bother, just wanted to find out how much my tattoo would cost. And then he messaged me back like, oh shoot, I lost this DM, like, I'm like, oh no, that's fine, just, but like, by the way, how much would my tattoo be? And then we go back and forth, like, how big, where do you want it? Me telling him, oh, and then at first I was like 2 inches. He was like, each symbol. I was like, nah dog, the whole thing. And then he was like, that would be really small. And then I got in a ruler. I was like, oh my god, that would be really small, because I didn't understand, like, 2 inches would, like, with all four symbols, it would be very small.
Very.
So then I was like, oh my god, yes, you're right, can I get him 1.5 inches? How much would it be? Again, 3 days went by. He did not give me a price. So again, like 4 or 5 days later, I hit him back up of like, hey, okay, Ernie, here's the size I want it. Here's where it's going. This is how I want the color to be. This is here's all your questions that you're gonna try to hit me with again. How much can it be so I can book this appointment with you? He asked me again, where do I want it to be? I politely answer on my forearm, how much, so I can book an appointment with you. He then gives me the price. The price was not necessarily what I was expecting for a reoccurring, like, a reoccurring tattooist from him. This man basically owns my forearm. I advertise him every day, everywhere I go, you know. So the price, I was like, whoa, that's pretty wild. But then I took into but then Jared was like, we took into consideration the idea of that COVID. Things are a little bit more dangerous now of the whole tattooing. So I was like, okay, yes, the price does make a little bit more sense. I would understand that. Okay, so I got over that. So I then responded, awesome, perfect. When are you available next? It has been about 6 days, 5 days since I've gotten a message. And the thing is, I've been waiting since last year of Christmas to book a tarot reading with this guy from TikTok that I follow, that I kind of interacted with, to finally get a reading from him. And the only thing that's been holding me back is knowing the price of that tattoo. And the fact that this man has not responded so I could book this appointment is even more upsetting.
It is.
Because I've just been wanting this tarot reading just because there's so many questions I have.
You've made sacrifices among other things as well.
And I just like, I want my tattoo, man. Like, do you want my money or not? Do you want my money or not? Please, let me know. So now I'm like, forget it. I now know the price. I know the range of which it's gonna cost. So I booked my tarot reading. I'd sent the guy. I was like, hey, la 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 la, waiting for him to respond. So that's set up, that's in the groove. If this man hits me up, cool. If he doesn't, now I'm just gonna wait until I have the money again to more than enough money so I could book it and not have to worry about him not responding to me again and just getting this appointment, because I'm just tired of this, dog, do you want my money or not? Because I just want my tattoo. I've been wanting it forever, and it would be a beautiful birthday present.
It would.
At this point, it would just be a birthday present to myself.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous,
I agree. Crazy times, I guess. I don't know what's up with that guy, but, hopefully he gets back to you eventually.
I hope so. Even if not, I'll like I said, I'll just hit him up when I have the money again. Because I'm getting this reading no matter what happens.
Did you get the date yet?
No, I had messaged him about the whole hey, I sent you the payment for, well, not, this isn't a scam. I know that sounded like a scam, folks. No,
I'm not gonna lie, my eyes, it was like
I know, no, I know.
No, but I figured, you told me you interacted with this guy at some point.
Yeah, no, and we messaged earlier today too, because I was asking him hey, I was asking how do I pay you for the reading so we could book everything, and then so we did talk, so he knows, and now it's just him getting back to me with the date.
Yeah. All right.
So I'm not getting scammed. I know that sounded suspicious, and I was like, oh my god, T-Bunny.
That's weird.
That's suspicious. So I just wanted to clear the air.
No.
This man is legit.
I was just curious. I'm curious to see what he says. I'm excited too.
Yeah. And also, I could also cancel the payment as well, even if I wanted to. If I felt oh, wait, no, I could just, cancel it. Thanks to PayPal. Because I didn't use Cash App.
No.
And there were two forms where either Cash App or PayPal. So I was like, you know what? PayPal's a little bit more safer.
Mm-hmm.
So I went that route, and I also am excited to see what he has to say, because I have questions. I think I feel like I know things, I can't, so I'm just I just want to know. I know it'll be a good time. And even if it's not, I'll learn some things. It's really what I want to know, is just to learn some things. Oh man, I got tired.
I did too. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm so sorry, but the good thing is, it's we're 38 minutes in.
Oh, that's good.
And then
how about that, everybody?
I mean, there is a section I do need to cut out, but we'll see how much I cut out of it, because sometimes when I go back and edit these things and I realize see places I need to cut out, I'm there are also other sections within that I have to cut out that I just find so hilarious that whether or not it makes sense or not, I'm gonna keep it. Just because it's funny, just for the sake of humor.
Right.
So we'll see how much he'll take out on it, you know, because it was a wild mistake. It was a wild mistake. I'm like,
It was.
from me, from T Money,
Well, looky
the
here.
host with the most.
And then some.
You know, but yeah, I don't know why I just strangely got really tired. Like, dang, I'm ready for some grays.
I felt
You
that.
know, like
It's been a tiring couple of days.
it's I just
In the bestest way.
oh, absolutely. I love my besties. I love them. Like I love when they come over. It's always so much fun.
They're funny. They're
They
hilarious.
are they're the best. They're the best cousins, like, you know, like from my mother's side. From my mother's side. I just say that, you know, just to separate.
This podcast goes out to everybody.
No, I know. No, that's why I'm saying, you know, like
I'm just
separate,
kidding.
you know, as
That's
a
your
whole,
decision.
you know, because like in case everyone's like, oh, so now, you know, it's like yes, and we are all, you know, as one still a giant
That was
family,
bold.
as a giant family. But you know, like if we were to separate categorize them, you know, that's how I would do it. You know, like as a whole, we are like one family, of course. You know, absolutely.
We are a family, like a giant tree, reaching up in the sky.
But you know, but like categorizing it that way, you know, just so like no one's feelings get hurt. And that's why I do it that way.
I'm exhausted.
I am a
I'm
neutral.
loopy at this point.
I'm Switzerland. This is why I want to move to Switzerland.
That makes me hungry for some reason.
Anyways, yes, I love when they come over. It's just I am pretty drained, like physically, sometimes a little bit emotionally, because Amelia has so much, like I could just feel it. That which is why I was like, please let me do Olympia, like you know, on this child, let me clean
She
her.
needs to run some laps.
No, I just feel
She's
like
getting track in something because she's
I
getting
f-
these bursts of
I
energy.
feel like those
man.
bursts of energy though are like her way of letting out whatever's like, you know,
Yeah, definitely.
which is why I'm like, I
Absolutely.
want to like let me clean you. Like, you know, but I love that she's like doing it like in a not, you know, like in a good way, you know, like she's like, let's rollerblade, you know, let's roller skate, you know, like okay, like yes,
She's
good,
so,
you
let's
know,
go.
yeah, like yes, be active with it, you know, do something, like, you know, which I love, you know, she's not letting it like affect her in a negative way. She's like, oop, let's go run around now.
Literally.
And I'm just like, why can't we just sit down? Why do we gotta have a dance battle? Why can't we just listen to music?
Yes, I wish I was more like that when I was a kid because I was just way too damn chill. Like
I agree.
I was with the elderly folks. Like I was so like, y'all gonna go get some coffee? Cool, I'll get a Danish and sit my butt right here.
Danish?
I don't know. I didn't want to go out and play in the grass in the sun.
No,
And
I
get
know,
dirty.
but I loved the fact that I like imagined like a child Jer eating a
Eating
Danish
Danish?
with some old folks.
It was my childhood, yeah.
Like I just imagined little you eating a Danish with all these
I'd
old
be
folks.
so hurt when they locked me outside. I'm just so like, bro, it is hot out here.
Oh my
These kids are
God.
bad. I don't want to talk to them.
Oh man.
I like air conditioning.
Same.
That was my vibe when I was a
Ugh.
kid. Very rarely I wanted to get up and just run around and just be hectic.
No,
Like,
I used to act like Amelia, but I would always get in trouble for it. Every time I would get in trouble. And it would always be
no, I
me
just
who got
never
in
had the
trouble for it.
energy.
All I had, which is why, like, I always had the energy for stuff like that, which is why my accident was so, like, hard on me, is because, like, now suddenly I can't walk. I can't do anything, which sucked, but now, like, it also has given me this new perspective where I'm, like, I'm rollerblading again, you know, like, that. I feel like that's something I would have never done if I would have never, like, lost the ability to walk. You know, a lot of the things that I'm doing again, I feel like are solely for the purpose of me rediscovering that I can do them, and in redoing them, rediscovering the love I once had for these things, which I think is just so beautiful. Like to now realize like the good that has come from this. You know, it's like I'm getting a new look at life.
Right.
I get to go to things again. I'm not. I'm like getting the child-like view again. You know, where it's like I'm gonna do it just because I don't know if I can and I want to try it.
Yeah.
You know, Like, can my foot handle rollerblading? It
Hmm.
sure as heck can.
Sure
Oh,
did.
it sure did. But I feel like I am still getting pretty tired, you know. And we are
I
about
feel like we
wrapping up.
said that in our past lives. Sure did.
I want to do like a past life reading with you. You know what? The
We had
guy,
to have known each other. It just doesn't make
the guy I'm
sense.
doing the tarot reading with actually does a past life reading. So after I do this reading with him, I'm gonna ask him about it and see if you'd be down to like go halvesies on it.
I'm down,
You know,
bro.
because I want to know
If it's something
who
like
we
that,
were
I'd
in
be
the
open to
past.
it.
You know,
That would
I
be
need to
funny.
know.
Yeah.
I need to know. It would just be beautiful to finally
I know.
understand,
I really feel like
uncover.
I had to been like your dog or your horse or something, and we just had like a rad relationship or
I just
vibe.
need,
Because like
yeah, I need to know if we were two Southern belles just spilling the
this is
tea
my
all over
homegirl all
town.
day. I was
I
like,
need to know.
this is how I consult my life.
All right, all right. I'm gonna wrap it up here because we will go on for another hour if
I
I let
know.
this linger.
I know.
So until next week, guys. This is T
Toodaloo.
Money saying, "Live your life, cause you're the only one who get it." All right, bye.
Bye.
I don't know what that was. Bye bye.
It's time to sleep.